What's up everybody, it's Paul from Boosted Films, and in this video we're going to change the cabin air filter on this 2014 Chevy Corvette Stingray. Now if you want to buy the exact same filter I used in this video, I'm going to put a link in the video description down below, and I'll also pin it to the top comment. So let's jump into it. We're going to start this job by opening up the driver's side door. And then down by the driver's footwell, it's a little bit hidden for sure, but down by the OBD 2-port, there's also a hood release latch that we're going to need to pull, or lever is a better word for it. So we're going to pull this lever to release our hood latch. Now, of course, the iconic Corvette hood opens more from the rear, so we're going to lift more towards the windshield and just lift up our hood. Now we're going to move over to the passenger side of the car, and this side is where I'm going to zoom in to where our cabin air filter is on this Corvette. You can see there are a couple spots holding, a couple clips holding this door or this cover in place. This particular vet actually is missing one of the clips, and one of them wasn't down all the way. So we'll see what your Corvette looks like. But once you have all three of those clips flipped upward, this cover does slide. The top should be able to slide towards you, and then you should be able to pull out this cover. It does have some protruding points on the bottom that help hold it in place on the bottom. And of course, inside here is where our cabin air filter is. It's a bit of a tight squeeze to get in here, but the good news is these filters are pretty malleable. You can kind of bend and twist them around a bit and they should work out just fine. But we are going to reach in here and grab our old cabin air filter. I'm going to get a hold of it as best I can and pull it out. I'm going to pull it towards the front of the car in this case, and also, of course, pull it up to clear those lines that are kind of in the way as well. This one did have a little bit of larger debris on top. Do your best to keep that large debris on top. You can also see that the top was dirty, and that tells us the airflow direction is from the top down. We're going to pay attention to that in just a second. Here's our new cabin air filter. I always like to open up the new one and compare it to the old one. Just make sure it looks like the same shape and same size and everything. There's also, of course, airflow direction written on this new one. So we're going to pay attention to that as well. As I mentioned, you could tell the top side of this filter was more dirty than the bottom side. That tells us the airflow is coming from the top to the bottom, which means we want the airflow direction arrow pointing down in this case. If there is any larger debris inside there, take a peek in there with a flashlight, take a look inside, see if you can get that larger debris out if there does happen to be anything in there. Now, this is kind of the hardest part of all of this, is really just getting a new cabin air filter in. Of course, it is flat to begin with, but as you saw, the one I took out, it was definitely kind of curved. So we're going to have to do that here too. This is just me showing you some attempts to try to get this in. I definitely bent it to keep it kind of curved as you push it in, and I would say the passenger side, the side closest to the passenger side is definitely where it seemed the toughest to really get it in there. You need to use some force. You need to bend it kind of like I am, or remove more stuff, to get it in place. But it's just a filter that can be bent a bit. So I would recommend just, using some force here to bend it a little bit so it just kind of lines up and can slide in. But once you bend it and curve it enough to get it at that angle where it pushes in, it should really just kind of slide in. You might also be able to get help with like a screwdriver or something in there to kind of just guide it in a little bit more as well if needed. I was able to do it again with just my hands here, but you again need to curve it a bit, and then eventually you find that release point where it will kind of start sliding in easier on its own. And again, that's pretty much the trickiest part of this whole job, is just kind of getting that new air filter up and in place. And a quick shout out to JXB Performance for providing me their Corvette. This is their Corvette. They make drive shaft carrier bearings. If you want to check them out, I'll put a link to their website up on the screen. Now just giving you a tight shot of what this filter looks like once it's pushed in all the way, just so you could compare and make sure your filter is pushed in all the way. And then we put this cover back on. And as I mentioned earlier, it's got these kind of three protruding points that actually kind of help it just kind of sit on a ledge or a lip in there. So you're going to get those three spots set on first, and that should kind of hold it up in place. And once it's set there, you should be able to put the top portion, push the top portion more up towards the firewall, and then those three clips can be pushed down to hold this cover completely in place. Again, this one was missing one of those clips, but I believe you should have three of these total. And obviously, if you're missing one, it's not quite the end of the world. This one's been holding up just fine with only two, actually even only one, it looked like when we first started. Realistically, just make sure that that cover is not sitting there loose and something's holding it on there pretty tight, and you should be good to go. And a final tight shot showing you the 2 clips that are holding it in place. Of course, that one on the right side there is missing, and then 2 on the left, the center and the left one, are in place holding our cover nice and tight. Final step, we're going to just close our hood and set it down and make sure it latches all the way. There you have it. It's a pretty simple job. Again, thanks to JXP Performance for letting me utilize their Corvette for this video. But of course, I'm also just a guy on YouTube who likes to document what he does. So if you think I did anything wrong or you got a better tip or trick to get that filter installed, go ahead and comment. Let me know that as well. Also, it might be useful for other people watching this video. If you have a different year Corvette or maybe a different model, if you could let me know if this process was the same and let me know what make and model your Corvette is, that might be useful for other people watching this video in the future as well, so they can just check out the comments. But as always, this is Paul from Boosted Films saying thanks so much for watching. I just want to say that domestic violence is never okay. If you or someone you know is experiencing issues with a partner and doesn't feel safe, please visit the website thehotline.org or call 1-800-799-SAFE.